Zero's transitioning to the next part in his career. It's Epsilon and Infused now in game number 4. Brycey, I'm going to trust your word in saying that Infused are up 2-1, and there, the graphic says it as well. Good job.
I hope they didn't take that off me, and they're just this is just massively misleading.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to take that as gospel. But as we go into this first one, we are going to see both these teams go to war. Of course, Epsilon looking massively improved, and Infused being one of the big storylines from Europe, kind of going over what a lot of people thought they would do. It is starting off with Epsilon to open things up, though.
And a lot of that talk about Infused has been one man, and that is Moose, the guy who
New Moose.
the last 2 events has gotten the nickname New Moose. He's back again. Who thought that he could do it? Well, he has. As since he really went over to America and played with TP and Aches a couple
Aches broke him.
Yeah, he really hadn't looked the same, but now it seems to be back and forth. We're watching his teammate Marky B to see if Infused can get the first point on the board.
Well, I think it's a kind of a key point while this first scrappy hill is going on. We'll talk about Moose is a player that has to be comfortable with his teammates. You know, when you played with Aches and TP, he went to bits. He was terrible. I think he knows that himself. He was not comfortable in that squad. But that same squad, you know, you have what, Marky B, Moose, PD, and Gunchi. They looked great when they were playing in the league over at with TCM. Before that, I think they actually teamed with Momo as well, way back in the day. Like, chemistry for Moose is a massive thing for him. He's not a hype player. He just has to be super comfortable in the team he's in.
And you know, when he's joined alongside Marky B, he definitely has that feeling, and it reflected his gameplay. Infused now out to about a 5-second lead, as they've done a good job rotating towards this new hard point. They know one player's still in. That should be the cleanup onto Hawkeye, who's had a quite good event so far. He critiqued his own self. Said, you know, I haven't been as good and consistent in IW as I was in Black Ops 3. This weekend, though, he's been doing quite better. He's got all the time, actually, for his squad right now. 4-3, now 5-3, with 21 seconds in the hard point.
Well, right now you can see, you know, Nelson again, that's kind of a new player last year coming through in Europe, is performing the best for them so far. But Vortex is going to pick up 2 as well. Just going to get the scrap time onto this one, but it will be Epsilon with the rotation currently locked in. You are going to see a stack from Infused. They're cleaning out Spiral, and as soon as they have done, they are now going to flood this.
And they don't have anybody hitting middle as of yet. I'm wondering, do we see the number 7 PD go for that area? No, it's not going to happen. So I'm actually not liking how passively Infused are playing this. They're waiting to get everybody off spawn, but look, they keep dying just like that. Yes, they're waiting to push, but if you're going to peek out and die immediately, you're just wasting your time. Here's another example. Bye, Nolson. Oh, wait, your 4th player's not there yet. Yes, they're now setting the flank in for Moose, but they've now just burned 30 seconds, Bryce.
Yeah, I think you were right with that. They're looking for the stack, but because they keep losing a player or two, they keep waiting. They keep delaying it as well. There has been no actual aggressive push coming from Infused.
That was abysmal.
Perfect hold.
That was literally just terrible.
Perfect hold.
Look at how... Did Epsilon feel threatened at all there at any point? No.
I mean, Hawkeye's basically just going to break out a small picnic basket in a minute, have a few sandwiches, and wonder what on earth is going on for the rotation.
Yeah, and because it's starting with a Scarab for the first line of defense for the side of Epsilon. Now it's Vortex getting low on that wall run, going all the way around the back of this helipad area.
So big.
Great play from him, putting himself in a spot to be successful with the submachine gun. And now he's going to go ahead and challenge back for more, as Epsilon still have this 30-second lead, and a potential break now coming in as they've got the pitch developed.
I'm not going to lie to you here. If this break comes in, Vortex has basically done this on himself. He not only did the low wall run to get the back, but he just out-juked the player inside. He allowed his teammates to get the pinch coming in as well.
Yep.
That's all Vortex. All of that was Vortex.
And now he's the last one alive inside this hard point. Can he keep the strong plays going? Got 2 players challenging. Does get 1. He's going to earn himself a Scarab, but that's about it. 96-61. At the end of the first rotation, it will be a lead for Epsilon, but the big question is how large of a lead? Will it be about that 15-second margin? It looks like it will, because I don't think Epsilon will go ahead and challenge the scrap time. No, they will not. Biggest takeaways from side 1 for Infused. What do they need to improve upon most?
I think, first of all, their aggressiveness on that on P2.
Yep.
Oh, no, sorry, P3. It was pathetic. I'll be perfectly honest with you here. I know what they were trying to do, but it was a bad way to do it. I don't know why. I'll be honest with you, they should have just gone for it at some point. There's only so long you can peak for and keep losing gunfights and just give them a full 60 seconds. It was a full 60-second hold from Epsilon.
Oh, yeah.
You take that away, Infused would probably be leading right now.
I mean, typically I don't just roast teams for how they play a certain scenario.
No, it was bad. That was really awful.
Abysmal. It was literally the worst attempt I've seen at retaking from that position so far this weekend. Infused slowly clawing back into things. My biggest takeaway from side 1 is that Infused just didn't, 1, seem to work together as a team, and 2, they just weren't slaying. All 4 players were negative at the end of that final hill. Now, though, they look to take back this lead, and for how bad they've played some of these scenarios, I think they've got to be pretty happy to at least be up by about 4 seconds right now. Moose still dodging for the moment. We'll refocus our attention, though, towards this rotation at this back garage side as Marky B getting 2 onto Vortex and Desire.
This is exactly where Marky wants to be. Holding position, letting his aggressive subs kind of push forward as well. And he's doing it right now. Look at this. He's already ready. We've seen this so much from Marky B, and we actually saw an E-Rat come out from Marky B this weekend, which shocked all of us. This is where he's more comfortable. But they have got the hold, they have got the rotation. He's seen Vortex as well. That's Nolson and Vortex about to go head-to-head. The slide coming in from Vortex, but no, Moose is equal to it. That's been called out as well. They are starting to lose back spawn, but it doesn't matter. They get all the kills going forward as well. The key kills are what really mattered there, but now Infused have spawned out. They've got to hit wall run.
These were the key kills. It was PD in the back of the map. 2 players challenging, somehow defends himself and wins both engagements. It's been a 60-second swing as Infused are up to their largest lead of the game in 33 seconds right now. Can they hold the rest of this time, though? I don't believe so, as everybody floods in from Epsilon. Vortex hasn't been able to spot Moose yet. Where is Moose at? But he's still alive. There you go.
High wall run, I think.
Now dead. And this is where the game really opened up for Epsilon earlier on. This time around, though, it is Infused here first. But I already like more from what I'm seeing from Epsilon. Look at how much of a focus they're putting towards this back helipad side. They are not ready for Vortex to be here.
No, where's Monkey B spawned? Monkey B spawned out. It's back P2.
Yep.
This got to hold this, but the kills will come in. Infused. Hold it. Nolson and PD picking up 2 each, shutting down the Epsilon advantage. Epsilon should have had that. A 2-way split for the pinch against 3 players of Infused, and it was not able to come true.
And PD's in a great spot now to chain together kills. As I say that, though, he does drop. Moose now here to help this push get held off, but I do think Epsilon have done enough to now muscle out this Infused lineup. Yeah, there it is. Marky B coming all the way off spawn. Should not have been that easy for Epsilon, but thankfully for Infused, even if they do give up this time, they still have the lead as we move back towards commissary. It seems like we've seen a different Infused team in the second half of this game so far, Brycey.
Oh, 100%. I think that they're starting to be a bit more coordinated. I'm not entirely sure what was going on last time around, but they've held it this time. But they do not have the rotation. Now, Vortex was a key player here last time, end up being the catalyst for the break coming through for Epsilon. But big rotation coming around the back for Infused. These first few kills will matter. It's a difference between maybe a 10-second time hill and a 30-second time hill.
A big thing I do want to bring back up too, Brycey, is for people just tuning in. This is not map 1. We joined this series late. Infused were up 2-1 now over Epsilon. If they win this map, they knock Epsilon out, and they will move on to face the winner of the Splice Rise series, which last we heard was Splice up 2-1 by Dave. He's now off the map. Infused in full control, up by about 50+ seconds. It's looking like their game to take right now.
Yeah, I said before, the first rotation kills coming in from Infused, important. And it turns out it really was. They're going through it, but now if PD is going to be alone, he's got camo actually. You end up using it coming through there, but there's so many Infused players flooding in, they're not going to be able to hold it. Like, he camoed on him by himself.
Yeah, that's just
I'm sure he used camo there.
He did. Yeah. He definitely did use camo. Questionable play from Epsilon. Seems like they're getting a little bit frantic now, and Infused are just running away with this game at the moment. It was a 140-second set of hills, while the other side only got 30 from Epsilon in the last set. And now Moose is developing this long flank. I've been watching him now as he's the one that's going to be the player trying to get this entry towards the new hard point. He does get shot in the back at the end of it all. Interesting thing, people talk about this is actually the worst event Moose has played out of like Atlanta and London. Yeah.
But he's still doing okay. It's just we've expected so much of him that he's actually not been performing as well. But Nolson really has stepped it up in this case. He really is going forward. PD's still the same factor, still doing really well. And Marky's just a consistent team leader. You don't expect Marky to put up 8,000 kills.
I mean, I think it's a good sign for Infused that even if Moose isn't playing like a complete freak of nature, they can still perform well as a squad. Infused now getting themselves some time, getting closer and closer to that 250-second mark. Again, if I'm Marky B and crew, now I'm hitting this outer wall run, trying to challenge this one player in the hill. I think he sees Desire.
Oh!
Desire still wins the gunfight, though.
Desire was like, you are not wallbanging that very effectively. I'm going to win this one. Now, Desire's going to be watching the wall run. See those nades already coming in. He's playing striker, so he does have that trophy drone to actually keep some of these nades off of him as well. You can see more now coming in. He's trying to hold. His teammates are stacking the hill with him as well. This is full Epsilon right now. They have the advantage of position. They should be able to hold it. Already seen that one on the wall run. Moose is not going to go down. He knows players are going to drop him any second. FTL goes through. Marky B shuts him down, and that may be game.
Marky B, a perfect use of FTL jump to jump right past the player in the hard point. 244 to 192. There's one final push for Epsilon. Their tournament hopes lie in it. No, it's a 7 streak for Moose. Marky B with 2 kills of his own. And there we see Infused take the series 3-1. And Epsilon have been eliminated in a top 6 placing.
They certainly have. You even saw Epsilon right there. They used their own FTL just to get closer to the hill. Not even use it there. But Marky B just opened Desire up, and it's so frustrating for him. He's like, I've had the position. I've tried the whole wall run. Infused played it right. They flooded it. You know, Moose started picking up kills everywhere as well. We said, you know, we didn't think he was playing great. 7 streak to end it out. Still new Moose.
Still new Moose does remain, and Infused remain in this tournament as well. One thing I do want to mention is Epsilon with that top 6. Are they upset with that placing, or is that something that they're kind of happy to have, or
I think
can live with it?
It's difficult, right? Because obviously no pro player is ever going to be exactly happy with anything but first. Yeah. But if you're looking at it objectively, Epsilon have had a terrible year.
Yep.
They've now come top 6, and they've come through open bracket as well. So it is a good positioning for them. But at the same time, they need more pro points.
Yep.
I think if they had this and pro points weren't an issue, they'd be like, you know what, we've improved, we finally found some form. There's a lot of positives to take away, but it's like the sword of Damocles, right? It's always hanging over them. No matter how good they do, unless they perform the very best they can, they're still behind. They are still in danger of not making that LAN league. They still have a massive mountain to climb. I don't know if they can do it.
I don't know if they can either. Unfortunately for Epsilon fans, your team is now eliminated. We're still waiting to hear more. Maybe our analyst desk will have an update on the Rise Splice series. Not entirely sure, but I think they are ready. And, oh, God, it's Maven now on the couch alongside Zero and Campbell. Gentlemen, take it away.
Take it.
Take it away.
It'll go to analysts.
It's going to go now.
It may not be going to analysts.
It may not be going to analysts. I'm not sure. Maven's laughing. I guess it's not going to the analysts.
You be Maven.
I'll be Maven?
Yes.
Oh, my God. What a series. I'm Infused. And they just make Epsilon look like they're lost. I'm going to be missed. Oh!
Hey! All right, so Jack does a pretty good Maven, even if it sounds a bit like John Madden. But, all right, so I was trying to hop between the Splice Rise. When I walked away, it was 3-1. We're hoping we get an update live so we can tell you what that's going to be, because obviously the winner playing Infused. But you watched this match a bit. Talk to me a bit about what went right for Infused.
It was just, the slaying was really good from Infused. We play them on Breakout a lot in scrims and stuff. They're a very good team. This year they've shown what they have. Picking up Moose and Nolson helped them a lot. I mean, they're just better than me, I guess.
It's looking that way, yes. I mean, there were a lot of questions about Moose. When Synaptic went away, would he still be that force to be reckoned with? Because he's had a pretty up-and-down career when it comes to slaying specifically. But he's been a monster. I want you to talk to me a little bit about Splice Rise, because you were over watching the Game 5, I think, with Momo, Ton. You guys were all checking it out as we've been going back and forth between the two stations. What was going on in the Game 5 when you walked away?
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many games going on, it's been hard to stay on top of all of them, but the Splice Rise game at the minute is back and forth in the Search and Destroy between them. It's 3-2 currently, last time I checked. We're trying to get an update for you as fast as we possibly can. But yeah, it's completely back and forth between those two. I managed to catch the Search and Destroy game as well in this series. Infused 6-0'd in that one, and then going back to what you said about Moose, Infused, they were the top placing team at MLG Atlanta for a reason from Europe. You know, they're a strong team to reckon with. Going into this one, though, there's some tough competition left, and there's obviously FaZe are waiting to find out which game they've got. It's going to be difficult. I don't know how this one between Splice and Rise is going to go.
So, uncomfortable line of questions here for Zero of Red Reserve, who unfortunately, didn't have the best placing here, but I still have faith in your guys. Who are you dropping for Moose?
Wow.
If I had to drop any...
No, I'm kidding. You don't have to answer that.
Bance.
Oh!
Wow.
All right. Okay. Bance, wait. Who you're dropping? No. I'm saying you have to drop someone from your team for
my
Moose.
team. Oh.
I was like, at first I was like, yeah, but no, it doesn't make any sense.
I thought you said just drop anyone.
Oh, no, that's why you answered. I was like, how's he going to answer
this
question?
Wow, now we've got 2 answers for the price of 1.
Let's just say myself.
Yes. That's the only thing you can say. I like that.
Yeah.
But okay, can you sort of, for me, you have a little bit more insight to it. I know how us casters feel, how Infused has skyrocketed up kind of the rankings for Europe. Where would you kind of put them right now? If you're looking at your top 4 EU teams, are they in the number 2 spot right now? Or do you guys still feel you can beat them on any given day?
Well, just shown what they did at Atlanta. Like, obviously on paper, they're the best EU team right now. I feel like we can still beat them. The top 4 EU teams, I feel like if everyone plays well on their best day, everyone can beat everyone. I don't think there's a clear cut who's the best or worst right now. If we were going off placings, I think we'd be the worst.
Yes, that's correct.
But Infused would be the best on paper.
Yeah, they've been insane. It's been incredible to watch their rise. Do we have an update? Is there where are we at? 5-4 rise. So it's coming down to the wire. I wish I could just take this handheld with me and walk over there with a camera behind me.
I mean, it's been going down. It's been back and forth, like I said when I was watching it. This one could go round 11, and if it does that, then we saw Splice in the Search and Destroy previously.
I know some of you at home may be frustrated. We wanted to hop into that series. It was basically it just started a game, whereas the Epsilon Infused series had just come out of a game. So that's the one we were able to get in quickly and cast. I know it was on Bravo, but no casters there, not able to interact with you guys. So we ended up hopping into it. I would have loved to hop into the match, just weren't able to.
Something to pay attention to as well. I was speaking to a few players before, and they were saying that Epsilon had to win this event to go past. I think was it Team 3G?
3G or Fnatic? I know it's those three kind of.
So I mean, it's looking really difficult for them in terms of the placings. I mean, what do you think? Can they bounce back?
We have a 2K next weekend. I don't know how far Epsilon are behind 3G right now, but
I think it was something like 20,000. I think Wuskins was saying to me.
I feel like I have a feeling Epsilon are going to make the league.
Okay, we just got the update.
Oh.
Rise Nation took it. It was, I believe, 6-4, 3-2 series. Splice unfortunately falls out, so Infused going to be taking it the furthest yet again. So that might be another argument. If it was Splice Infused, now with this victory, Infused maybe taking the top spot in EU.
The only thing about these events is EU teams play EU teams, so you can never determine who's the best out of them all because of placings. Splice have to play Rise, which are a very, very strong team.
It's very true. It's very true.
Infused have to play Epsilon, which are like 7th in rankings and pro points. So you can never really determine who's the best of the best.
No, I can understand that. Certainly a much different beast. Now, Rise Nation hasn't been the force to be reckoned with maybe since Vegas. They had a rough Atlanta, but it looks like they're back as they continue to move on. Now, guys, I believe then coming up next is going to be Rise Nation going against Infuse. Before we start to hop in, we have the losers bracket final to come. The final, as Optic Gaming is waiting in the final match. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back with more Infinite Warfare action.